This episode of Hawk Talk is brought to you by Charbonneau Car Center and Dacotah Bank.
Hi, and welcome back to this week's edition of Hawk Talk. I'm Coulter Hickok.
I'm Hillary Moberg.
And today we got a brand new guest on, so please introduce yourself, who you are, where you're from, and what do you do here at DSU.
I'm Ashlie Watts. I'm from Kimberly, Idaho. I'm on the women's basketball team, and I am a Master's of Business Administration.
Well, Ashlie, thank you very much for coming on.
So tell us a little bit about your journey, like what brought you here to DSU?
Well, I started playing basketball when I was in second grade. Then after high school, I went to a 2-year in Wenatchee, Washington, and wanted to continue, so I came to Dickinson.
Very cool.
So we usually ask anybody who's involved in a sport, do you have any pregame traditions?
My one weird thing is at every home game, I make pancakes before the game.
Oh,
Are you like in the locker room cooking pancakes, or is this at your house?
No, at my house.
Okay, I didn't know if this was like in a locker room thing.
No, just
Okay,
at home.
just making sure. Gotta clarify.
Yeah. Along the same line, do you have any like superstitions?
Oh yeah, I'm an extremely superstitious person. I don't step on the lines like before I get on the court, and I do a lot of weird things like that.
Oh, cool. I think it's very interesting to kind of hear like what people have that they can or they cannot do before like each game, and just kind of see like how it affects their mental state, sort of thing. That's very interesting. So, as a senior on the court, how has having a junior varsity team benefited, like your team as a whole?
I think it's been really beneficial to have those younger girls be able to get more like game reps and be able to go through our offensives more, and just to have the extra bodies, and have done a really good job of being our scout team for us this year.
So, Ashlie, this is your first time on Hawk Talk, am I correct on that?
Yeah.
Perfect. So this is a fun kind of tradition we do, is just ask some fun questions around here. So I gotta ask you, what is the best basketball movie of all time?
I think it's Glory Road.
Okay. Hillary, what about you?
I don't really know if I've watched like a Air Bud. Is that a basketball movie?
The first Air Bud is definitely a basketball movie.
That's the only one I can think of.
I gotta say it's Space Jam. You know, Michael Jordan and the Looney Tunes.
I don't even know if I've
Not the
seen that.
LeBron James not the LeBron James version.
Yeah.
Definitely Michael Jordan and the Looney Tunes.
The Michael Jordan documentary is really good too.
Oh, The Last Dance.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I haven't seen any of these, so I've got to add them to my list. I think I'm feeling a little uncultured here.
So besides basketball, what's your favorite sports movie then, Hillary?
That's a really good question. There's this one, I don't remember the name of it, but it was a hockey one. Maybe the like Olympic team.
Are you talking about Miracle?
Yeah, is it that?
Yes.
Yes, because I think in like 6th grade or something we were watching it, and something happened and I yelled, "That was a slash," and then the announcer like announced that it was indeed a slash, and I felt really proud.
And you're just like, wow, that's from that
I
one
was
movie.
like, I did that. So that's my only like connection to a sports movie
Perfect.
that I have currently.
Well, thank you for sharing that with us.
You're welcome. So back to basketball and not my inexperience with sports movies. So your schedule has been pretty brutal with traveling the past couple of weeks, and you had 9 away games in a row. Are you finally ready to be home again?
Oh yeah, we're super excited to play on our own floor where we're comfortable and to have our home crowd.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
So I know this year didn't really start the way you guys wanted it to, but how are you guys preparing to go against a now conference opponent this Saturday?
At the start of this week, we've really been focused on ourselves, making sure that we're getting our offense where it needs to be, cleaning up our defense a little bit. Towards the end of the week, we'll start watching film and getting everything prepared for what Valley City will do.
Is there anything that you guys have noticed kind of last year to this year about what they're doing, or are you still looking to watch the film later on?
We're still looking to watch the film later on.
Gotcha.
Good. So in the second half of the season, what can the fans expect to see from Blue Hawk women's basketball?
They can expect us to go hard every game and give it our best effort, and hopefully we can start pulling out some wins.
Good to hear.
So, fun question. Since you are a senior in your grad program, if you could tell your freshman self one thing, what would it be?
I think it would just be to enjoy all the moments, even the ones that you're getting screamed at. You're going to love it one day, looking back.
That's good advice. I like that. I also want to ask, do you have like a favorite memory like with the Blue Hawk basketball team that just kind of like sticks out in your head, like a funny thing that happened? Or
I can't really think one off the top of my head, but all our road trips are fun. We have a good time together, make fun of each other.
Good. Have a good little team bond there.
Yeah.
That's good. So one question that we ask every guest who comes on here is one of our favorite ones to hear the answer. So it is, what does DSU mean to you?
DSU is, that's a tough one. It's a place where, it's really just a big community, and it's fun to be here and be involved, go out to see, watch football games and do all that stuff, but also have an emphasis on schooling and making sure that you're doing well in school.
Okay.
I mean, that's pretty much everybody answers that the same way, but I just love hearing how everybody says it's a big community, it's a big family. So, Ashlie, we want to thank you very much for coming on. It's been actually a good time.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's coming.
Hillary and I will be right back right after this with another interview.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back. We have a new guest on. Will you introduce yourself, who you are, what you do here?
Yeah, my name is Jacob Marely. I'm a freshman. I play football, and I'm also on the Student Senate.
Well, Jacob, how did you originally get to DSU? Talk about your journey.
Y'all want the literal journey, how I drove here?
I mean, talk about how you got recruited here, and then talk about why you originally chose
choose
DSU.
this school?
Really,
I would really like to hear about,
Yeah.
You drove through Montana and all.
I can tell y'all that part if you want.
No, we just wanted to hear how you originally came to DSU, why you chose the school.
Okay, well, I was just chilling. I was a sophomore or junior at the time, and Jacob Crawford, the D-line coach here at DSU, hit my line in my DMs and Twitter, and basically we just started talking over a year period, and then I came out for a visit, and this place kind of felt like home to me. I'm from a small school myself at Toledo, and DSU kind of gives me those same small school vibes, and so that's why I chose here. So I'm here because of football, and yeah, that's what brought me out to North Dakota from Washington.
Very cool. So what else are you involved in on campus besides football?
Outside of football, I'm just in the Student Senate. I work at the Parks and Rec. Let me see, what else do I do? I don't really do much else. I'm kind of a chill. I major in criminal justice. Does that count?
That counts.
Am I in that? Okay.
Good to know.
I do that, and yeah, I'm still trying to get out there and do more, but that's really kind of all that I do right now at the moment.
Cool. So with Student Senate, you recently attended the North Dakota Student Association Conference in Grand Forks.
Mm-hmm.
So tell us a little bit about what your experience was there.
Coming in as a freshman senator at the time, it was really an eye-opening experience to see how many people were truly dedicated to being just in the Student Senate. We saw NDSU in ND, how they just have people that just do Student Senate. It was kind of eye-opening to see how involved these people are, because we'd be talking about topics that only state representatives know, and then the students would be correcting us on that. And so I felt it was a pretty cool experience overall. It really showed how far you can go just as a student and the state organization in that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Now, what was the deciding factor about you actually running for Student Senate?
So I knew I wanted to be a part of the government at some point, but then you approached me about it, and I was like, oh yeah, I'll do that. That sounds pretty lit. So I went and did it, and here I am now. Because I've been in student government for high school and middle school and all that, and later in life I want to be in government. So.
Because I remember I was in the locker room talking about hey, you should run for Student Senate, and this was to a different student, and you were kind of perking your ears up a little bit. You're like, just tell me about what Student Senate is, and I was like, well, here's what it is, and here you are now talking about exactly what is going through with Student Senate, and I can tell that you're really loving just being a part of Student Senate right now, Jacob.
I am. It is pretty dope. I like it. It's enjoyable.
You recently got a little bit of a promotion, right?
I did. Parliamentarian.
Yeah.
So what is the parliamentarian for people who don't know?
So from my understanding, what Hillary told me, it's I know the rules of how to run meetings basically, and what.
Do you remember what those are called?
It's the Robert Rule.
Yeah,
Yep,
there you
Robert
go.
Rule is 8. I'm studying out here.
Oh my God. Yeah. Sweet. Okay. Good. Yeah. You'll keep us in check if we mess up on our meeting order. There you go. So as a first-year college student, what has it been like to adapt to college life?
Surprisingly, DSU being a small school, it oddly reminds me of high school a lot. like, I don't know, like I feel like I kind of know everybody still, and it was the same way in Toledo with like being a small school and all that. So it hasn't been too hard, in my personal opinion, to adapt. It's just like obviously you're way more accountable for yourself, and especially since like I'm 3 states away from my own home. So like outside of just like growing up and responsibility, it's not been too hard to like flop over, you know.
So then you originally came over here for football, but you're also going to get a college degree while you're doing this as well.
That's
but
right.
we want to understand, what was a day in the life of a redshirt freshman playing football?
So we lift Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I lift at 7:45, and then you just go to class like any other student, and then at about 3 or 3:15, we're usually on the field, and we're scouts all the way through. And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, sometimes we'd be giving the defense some work, and sometimes we'd be getting messed up. But just being a redshirt, it was kind of, I don't know, it's probably the most laid back year I'd say one would ever have coming into college football, because you're not you don't have too much expected from you, I'd say, but you still want to put in that much work, because you're not really going to probably play, you know what I mean, because you got all these people in front of you and whatnot. So yeah, if that made sense. That kind of makes sense.
I mean, I did go through my redshirt freshman year here as well, so I understand what you're talking about. That's where the most bonds are created between the offensive line guys and the guys who are working behind them, and then those older, experienced defensive linemen. You get a nice friendship right there.
Exactly.
So I understand exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, no, hey, that's right. Actually, I love my O-lineman, scout O-lineman. Hey, Carson Lunick, Jabez, Big Red, Xander, I love y'all. I'm probably
that was only 4. There's
I know.
lineman.
I know. Jesse. Oh, and then Mark. Mark would sometimes come over too. And then there's one more. His name's slipping my head. There's a lot of names to remember out here. But
It is a big team.
I mean,
yeah.
Carson Hunter as your scout quarterback.
Hey, Carson Hunter the GOAT. Carson Hunter's the big
I
GOAT.
can't really say that because he's from Miles City.
Hey, I don't really have that much experience in Montana, but
He has a lot of opinions.
Yes, I do.
You'll learn that quickly.
So, Jacob, I mean, this interview is a little shorter, but we wanted to have you answer "Are you smarter than a 5th grader?" questions.
Okay.
So your topics are American government, or American history, zoology, and
Cooking and baking.
Cooking and baking.
Do 5th graders really know about cooking and baking though? Like, is that a real?
I learned about cooking and baking probably earlier than 5th grade.
don't
I
really
can't
remember.
agree. That was not in my Washington curriculum.
Well, we might have to stump you on a few of them.
All right.
Do you have a preference what you start with?
I guess we'll get bacon. Let's get bacon out the way. Let's
Get bacon
Okay.
out of
let's
the way.
handle bacon.
Sounds good.
All right.
don't
You
even
want to read
know.
that one first?
I would love to.
If I can move that paper.
There we go. All
There
right.
we go.
Cooking and baking. Starting off, you get multiple choice questions.
Okay, this makes it easier.
Some of them are true and false, but I don't think there's any in this category. At what temperature does water boil? Your options are 212, 100, 482, or 300, and these are all in degrees Fahrenheit.
What was the first one? 212?
Yeah.
Yeah, 212.
You are correct.
Yep.
It is 212. Okay, good.
All right.
Can we get a live studio audience in here to clap?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Am I reading all of these? There we go. Okay, what ingredient is added to bread to make it rise? Flour, milk, water, or yeast?
Yeast.
Correct.
I mean, so far you're 2 for 2.
It might not be as hard as you thought.
Yeah,
It is 5th grade.
I was going to ask you like recipes.
How many ounces are in 1 stick of butter? 10, 6, 4, or 8?
8.
4.
Dang, what?
It's all right.
Oh wait, it's broken into 4s. The little stick. Oh, my bad. I know what y'all talking about.
You'll never forget that. What is gluten? Meat, a mixture of proteins found in wheat products, something found in fruits, or something hipsters don't eat anymore?
I mean, it's the second one, the B, but it's also D. Or E, or ECD.
Which
Yeah,
one is
D.
more right out of those 2?
B.
Okay.
Correct. How many teaspoons are in 1 tablespoon? 3, 4, 2, or 6?
4.
3.
All
All right, it's okay. Only 2.
All right.
If beef comes from adult cows, what is the meat called from baby cows? Venison, veal, pork, or beef?
There's meat that comes from baby cows?
Yeah.
I mean, then they're going to grow up and be adult cows. So yes, there is meat in baby
They
cows.
kill baby cows?
Yes,
I didn't
they
know
do.
that. Wait, what was the first option?
Venison,
And what's the second option?
veal.
Can I get B?
It is veal. Yeah. You can get B. You're correct. Okay, when cooking, what is the first thing you should do? Set out everything you need, wash your hands, preheat the oven, separate wet and dry ingredients.
Always wash your hands.
There you go.
Absolutely. What is the Disney movie about the rat who loves to cook? No multiple choice.
Ratatouille.
options.
Ratatouille.
Correct.
Come on. That's basic
sorry.
knowledge. That's basic knowledge, y'all.
True or false? Ranch dressing has mayonnaise in it.
False.
True.
What?
definitely
I
true.
don't be eating ranch, so that's kind of nasty. Like,
Yeah, well,
You don't be eating ranch?
I don't eat ranch.
you don't
Okay.
be eating ranch.
Don't be eating ranch.
I don't eat ranch, guys. I do not eat ranch. That's nasty.
That's a really important public service announcement.
Yes.
Do not give him ranch.
Oh.
So, Trace,
right.
how many to get right?
No, we have one last question.
One last question?
Yes.
All right.
How many ounces in one cup? 10, 11, 9, 8.
10, 11, 9, 8. Let me get 8.
It's 8.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go.
So,
No,
all right.
2.
2?
Yeah. He didn't get the ounces in the stick of butter correct. He didn't get how many teaspoons were in a tablespoon. And he got the ranch dressing one wrong.
Oh, what?
Right now, you're 7 for 10.
Oh.
You got zoology and American history.
Give me American history.
All right.
I don't know much about zoology.
You will have to answer it at one point.
I know.
What are the first 10 amendments in the Constitution called? A, the Bill of Rights. B, the Freedoms Clause.
Bill of Rights.
That is correct. How long is 7 years ago? 27 years, 47 years, 67 years, or 87 years?
4 score.
7 years ago.
40
Our forefathers
Bonus,
fought for
bonus points if you remember who said that.
Okay, 40 some years, right?
7 years.
7
Yeah,
years.
so 47 years.
Talk me through it.
It's 47 years because 4
your answer?
score. Yeah, that's my answer. 47
Okay.
years. I'm gonna guess like George Washington said that.
So it was
Wrong on both accounts.
Yeah,
it
it
is
was Abraham
87
Lincoln.
years ago and Abraham Lincoln.
87 years ago?
Yes.
Yeah.
So 4 7 years ago, and that's times 2?
Yes.
Yeah, because a score is 20 years.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, who knows that for real?
We did.
We did. Trace.
Because of that. Hey, did you know that off the top of your head?
Yeah.
And it was also
What?
it was also the Gettysburg Address.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Very-
Lincoln.
very famous.
Lincoln, man. Okay, well, all right.
Which Apollo mission landed on the moon? 11, 18, 8, or 13?
13.
Everybody thinks it's 13, but it's actually Apollo 11.
That was gonna be my first answer, bro. Oh.
Where was the Declaration of Independence signed? New York, Boston, Philadelphia, or Washington, D.C.?
Wait, it was Philadelphia, Boston, and what?
New York or Washington, D.C.?
Philadelphia.
That is correct. Where was the Battle of Saratoga? Or where was the first battle taking place during the American Revolution? It's not Saratoga.
Yeah,
just letting you
that
know.
was-
That was just me accidentally giving a wrong answer.
Okay.
So
reread it.
Where was the first battle taking place during the American Revolution?
What are the answers?
It's not Saratoga. Lexington and Concord, Trenton, or Yorktown.
What are the answers again? Can you read that one?
Lexington and Concord, Trenton, or Yorktown.
And it was the Civil War, you said?
American Revolution.
American Revolutions. Oh, give me Lexington.
That is correct. Lexington and Concord.
Okay.
Yeah, they're
oh,
together.
okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
all right.
What was the date of the attack on Pearl Harbor? December 7th, 1941, November 6th, 1943, November 5th, 1942, or December 6th, 1941?
December 7th.
Correct.
That is correct.
Yep.
We'll flip those over.
Okay.
Oh, I'm going to grab these.
Who was the president during the Lewis and Clark expedition? Donald Trump, George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, or John Adams?
John Adams. Wait, no.
Is that your final answer? You want to lock that in?
No, I don't. Hey, give me the key back. Hold on.
Okay.
What are the answers again?
Donald Trump, George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, or John Adams?
Thomas Jefferson.
That is correct.
Yeah.
How old do you have to be to run for president? 40 years old, 25 years old, 30 years old, or 35 years old?
35 years old.
That is correct. Who made the first American flag? Betsy Ross, Mary Todd Lincoln, Abigail Adams, or Susan B. Anthony?
What were the first two?
Betsy Ross and Mary Todd Lincoln,
Mary Todd Lincoln. It's not Mary Todd Lincoln.
because she was the wife of which president?
Abraham Lincoln.
There you
See,
go.
There you go. See, look, I'm.
7 years ago.
Okay, so what are the other 3 options?
Betsy Ross, Abigail Adams, or Susan B. Anthony?
Susan B. Anthony.
That is incorrect.
Is it the one above her?
Betsy Ross.
Betsy Ross.
Susan B. Anthony
Was she?
was alive not that long ago.
I don't know. I don't know who's Susan B. Anthony.
He's a civil rights activist.
In what year did the 4th of July become a national holiday? 1776, 1870, 1920, or 2019?
What was the question?
In what year did the 4th of July become a national holiday?
Oh,
1776, 1870, 1920, or 2019?
1776? No. No, it's 18. I'm going to go with 18.
1870.
70.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Correct. How about that one?
Oh, man.
Trace, did you keep up on that one?
I did. Oh, my goodness.
Last one up, zoology.
All right.
You ready?
Yep.
Okay. A group of wolves is called a pack. What is a group of lions called? A pride, a pint, a prestige, a
pride.
pod.
A pride.
Thank you. Koalas are native to which country? China, the United States, New Zealand, or Australia?
You said China, New Zealand, and where?
Australia and the United States.
I'm going to go with Australia.
Correct. Good job. True or false, polar bears are warm-blooded animals?
True.
Correct. What living bird lays the biggest eggs? An emu, an ostrich, a rhea, or a condor?
Ostrich.
Correct. You're doing actually very well.
All right.
What dinosaur had 3 horns on its head? Ankylosaurus,
Deinonychus.
Deinonychus, it's not spelled that way, Allosaurus, or Triceratops?
Triceratops.
Yeah.
Try.
What is the
There you go.
thick layer? What is the thick layer of fat called on whales? Butter, blubber, blather, batter.
Blubber.
What does the word dinosaur mean? Gigantic lizard, monstrous lizard, terrible lizard, or awful lizard?
What was the first one?
Gigantic lizard,
No.
Go with your gut feeling, Jacob.
Awful lizard?
terrible
Your
lizard.
gut feeling led you astray.
Hey, it's awful, terrible, like doing the same thing.
They're somewhat synonymous, yes. True or false, crustaceans are arthropods?
True.
True, yep. What is the name of a baby whale? A calf, a cub, a pup, a foal?
A full.
A calf.
A calf,
A foal
no!
is a baby horse. How many hearts does an octopus have? This is the last question.
Hearts?
How many hearts? 1, 2, 3, or 4?
3?
That is
Yeah.
correct.
Let's go. Hey, there we go. Hey, I only got one wrong, huh? Oh, yeah.
your
So,
best
so
one
far, I'd say you got a B.
Okay.
Like, if you were a 5th grader right now, you'd probably have a B.
Hey, that's good. Hey, that's passing. Hey, that's passing, guys.
It's technically above average.
It is.
So,
So, Jacob, we ask everybody who comes on Hawk Talk their last question, and Hillary is going to ask it.
you almost took it away from me. This
I
is my
did.
favorite question. What does DSU mean to you?
Outside of like the little acronym, Dickinson State University.
What does
Yes, outside of that, please.
I think DSU to me is like it's like another home, like it's like my second home now, you know, because I've made I'd say I made a decent amount of friends here, and I'm kind of branching myself out. So yeah, I think it's like a home away from home. That's what DSU means to me.
Good to hear.
Yeah.
Great answer, Jacob.
Thank you. Out in North Dakota.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be for sure giving you a Hawk Talk, like I flew on Hawk Talk shirt, because we really haven't been giving those away. And
For real?
We got a size just for you.
Oh yes.
Coulter calls them the big boy sizes.
Is it above XL? he said big boy sizes.
We've got an XL for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So,
All right.
Jacob, thank you very much for coming on. Sorry, I
Thank
got
you
a little
guys.
much mouth right there. Thank you very much for coming on.
Thank you guys.
It's been a lot of fun.
Thank you.
And you are smarter than a 5th grader, so congratulations.
Let's go.
Good to hear.
Let's go.
You've made it this far.
Y'all think a 5th grader could like answer that butter question? Like, for
I
real?
don't know.
Maybe.
Like if you asked a 5th grader how many ounces are in a stick of butter, they're gonna be like 4.
Yeah, probably.
Put some money on that. Hey, put some money on that.
All right.
We're gonna find
If
out.
any of you watching at home have a 5th grader, please ask them that question
And
and let us
yes.
know if they knew.
And text us on our social medias at DSU Heritage Fund on Twitter and on Instagram at DSU Foundation.
Yep.
Well, Jacob, once again, thank you very much for coming on.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys for having me.
Pleasure.
Hillary and I will be right back for the recap right after this. And welcome back for the recap. We had a lot of stuff happen this last weekend. So Hillary, let's start off with basketball. What happened?
All right, so we just talked with Ashlie Watts. She's a senior on the basketball team, had her on Hawk Talk. Great interview. We're happy she came on. Then on the court, the Hawks have been busy with basketball for both the men's and women's teams. The women's team, they played both Friday and Saturday. Friday, they traveled to Fargo to play the Bison. They lost that game 95-42. And on Saturday, the Hawks traveled to Butte, Montana, losing to the Ore Diggers 73-52. The men played games over the weekend in the Sam Milanovic Classic, both in Scott Gym. Montana Western on Friday, they lost to the Bulldogs 88-71, and then they lost to Rocky on Saturday in a nail-biter 72-70. Both the men's and women's JV teams played United Tribes Technical College on Friday in Bismarck, and they also played Bismarck State. You can find those scores on the DSU Blue Hawks website. And the men's and women's Blue Hawk teams play Valley City this Saturday in Scott Gym. The girls will play at 3 and the guys will play at 5.
And time. How was that?
You know, I was considering trying to do that in one breath, but I
Okay.
figured I was probably going to pass out by the time I got to the end of it. So, you know, I think it wasn't too bad.
Awesome. So wrestling, the Hawks are going to travel over to Great Falls, Montana. They are going to have duels against Southern Oregon, University of Providence, Great Falls, and Simpson College. So good luck to those wrestlers, you know.
There we go. For Fine and Performing Arts, we have the Best Little Christmas Pageant coming up next week. We believe that the dates on that is December 8th through 11th, but we will check those and give the official dates on next week's episode. But good luck to that. We can't wait to see it.
Then we're also going to have Yule Time. I know we didn't have this on our sheet, but I just thought about it now. Yule Time is actually going to be next week,
Yes, December 11th.
So the theme is A Night at the Movies. And
All
it's-
70s and 80s movies.
Yep. So I think it's going to be
Yeah.
a lot of fun.
We get to host.
Yes.
So that'll be exciting.
You can also check out our website, which has all of our silent auction items. And Hillary, what is that website?
That website is qtego.net/QLink, like the letter Q, link, LINK, /Yuletime 2021. And Yuletime, the time is with a Y. So that's a lot to remember, but you'll find it pretty easily if you search it up. And we have a lot of really cool items on there. Right now we're doing our Buster Blowout sale. It's 10 items right before, and then we'll start going live the week of Yuletime leading up to there, showing some items, but bidding won't open until Yuletime on Saturday. So
Yes.
It's set to be a really big event, and we're really excited. We've got a lot of good things in the works.
So we just want to thank everybody who's involved in the show, sponsors, fans, whoever you are, thank you. It means a lot to us. But until next week,
Hawks are up.